Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we are live. Welcome, everybody, to the HFD Footy podcast, where dreams are made. No, I'm just joking. No dreams here, but...
Wet dream?
Maybe. King of the North, how are you, man?
G'day, Chrissy. G'day, Johnny Carlton. G'day, chat. G'day, everybody who's watching the greatest podcast in football history.
And that is correct. And Johnny Carlton, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, boys. How are you? Well, the best place to be on a Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
That's it, guys. If you're anywhere else, you guys suck. But no, I'm just joking. Welcome into the chat, Ree, Toby, Jamar, whoever else is in there. Welcome in. If you are brand new, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hit the like button as well, guys. It helps us out. Wow, I haven't been on a show with Johnny Carlton after a Port beat Carlton win. Sorry, Port beat Carlton. I can't believe it. Can't believe I'm saying it. So, well, we're going to step straight into that, aren't we, Johnny Carlton? Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Well, I heard what you said the other night. So, it's kind of like, just me now, really, because I already heard what you had to say, but that's all right. All right. Blues versus Port Adelaide, 9-11-65 to 11-13-79. The Power get a win. It's been a couple of years now since we beat Carlton, so yeah, it was nice to get the win. I didn't think, I wasn't very confident going into it. It was, just one of those games where I thought, far out, if we can beat the Carlton, if we can beat them now, like, you never know, like, they're a bit vulnerable. They've lost a few players, and if there's any time we're going to beat them in Melbourne, maybe this is the time. So, and proved right. So I was pretty happy with the win. If you go back and watch the watch along, I was fucking losing it every 5 seconds. But the game itself, like, it was a good contest. In the beginning, I thought the first quarter was pretty tight. Second quarter, we did let them get a bit of a run on, and it looked like it was all lost. There was a few free kicks that they got. They got 3 goals out of the free kicks, and it kind of like stifled our momentum. And then they got a lot of momentum out of that. They did score another few goals, and then we were down by about 35. And it looked pretty bleak. I'll tell you the truth. It looked a bit bleak. Like, I was like, this is normal. But I did notice that we did have, some good pressure. Our pressure was up, which was good. And in the second half, like, yeah, to keep them to 1-3, you know, I was pretty happy with that. Like, you can't not be happy. But yeah, no, the second half was really good. They pressured. I thought Asava in the forward line was great. Kind of gave Carlton, like, yeah, I don't know, like, McGovern had to go on to, because normally he plays on, he would have played on Georgiades Yodiadi, but then he had to go on the Sava, and the Sava was a different matchup for him. So no, it was good. I said last week, guys, I said, Asava, if you're listening, Hinkley, if you're listening, you can't play in the back line, you got to play in the front, in the forward line. And when I saw it happen, I was like, thank God. You know what I mean? Now, he only scored 2 goals, but, you know, he was more of a presence up there than Marshall was. So I was happy with that. And you know what I haven't done, guys? I've got the TikTok ready to go, and I haven't even gone live there. Can you believe it?
Oh, my God.
What a vlogger. Andy, Phil with the super chat. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thanks, Andy, for the super chat. That's awesome.
Sorry, guys. I forgot to go live on bloody TikTok. Now all the TikTok fans are not going to know what's going on.
I thought you were a professional operator, Chris.
I got too excited, man. I got too excited. All right, we're on TikTok. We're on TikTok. All right. Anyway, look, I was happy with the, yeah, as I said, I was happy with Asava going forward. As I said, he just brought something different than what I thought. He was harder on the ball. Todd Marshall's not as hard. I don't know. I think he has to stay there. I think, you know, if the matchups suit, I think, yeah, he should stay there. I don't think. I mean, it's good to have a big body in the back line. Don't get me wrong, but he's not reliable up down. He's not reliable down back. He's seen in the way he plays. So, but yeah, look, our midfield weren't great. Like, yeah, they still weren't that fantastic. Butters didn't have much of an influence. So Rosie, so Chinkota really clamped on Butters for 3/4. I think in that third or fourth. I think he went to Rosie and Butters got a bit more of the ball. So, but he's a good player. Thanks for the super chat, man. Here come all the super chats. Unbelievable. Thank you, Sad Sandwich. Is that Sad Sandwich? Yay. No Rousey Fantasia, no Carlton. Perhaps.
Relax.
Sad Sandwich is long.
He's a happy St Kilda supporter.
What can I, and like look, this game keeps us alive. I'm not saying we're gonna do any damage. I still think that we've got a lot of work to do. You know, I still think that we're very easy to score against. It's a problem. But look, you got to be happy with Big Carlton. We've got a massive game this week against the Swans. If we can beat them, who knows? Who knows? But no, look, it was a good game. I was happy we won. I think for Carlton, I thought Kerno was probably their best player. I thought that he tried, but yeah, just didn't get enough help. I don't know what's happening with Carlton. I don't know. They look a bit flat in that second half. I'm not sure if the magnets. I heard what Johnny Carlton said about, you know, some of the personnel that Vossi is using. But you know, losing like De Koning, losing Mackay and Akers. I mean, there's some good players there. So you know, we're lucky that they weren't playing, I think, and yeah, especially Mackay. He does, you know, he does hit the scoreboard. So he could have been the difference. Who knows? But yeah, not having him there now. You know, I know Johnny Carlton had a go at the Port supporters on the weekend. I know he did. But I'm going to have a go at the Carlton supporters. All right. Now, not Johnny Carlton, not Johnny Carlton, but you know, I was reading on social media. There were a few people were upset about the 5-day break. Now I get it. The 5-day break sucks, but you got to remember, Carlton supporters. All right. When we played you guys in round 12, we had a 5-day break too, and we came back from Tasmania, so it was the same kind of thing. And we played North Melbourne too in Tassie before then, so we had a 5-day break. Yeah, so, but yeah, I did see that, and Johnny Carlton, I'm not specifically talking to you because you never said that, but I did see it on some social medias, and yeah, but no, happy Port supporter. You know, I don't know where our season's going. We could definitely miss the 8. There's 4 tough games coming up, but we could be in there. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know, guys. I don't know where Port sits. I just do not know. It's going to be interesting next 4 weeks, but I'll go to the King because we'll leave the best for last. King of the North. Did you watch this one? And what do you think of both teams? Do you think Port can make some damage in the finals, or can they make a run for the finals? And is Carlton still a top 4 side? Are they still going to be pushing for top 4?
I think that what Port Adelaide showed in the second half was good pressure. We haven't seen that sort of pressure for a while, and they've struggled to get that happening. Harry being out, me and Johnny Carlton talked about it on Sunday night. About once Harry was out, that was done. So Johnny Carlton will talk about that a bit more detail. But yeah, they're just in a bit of a slump at the moment. To me, it's good that it's happening now and not at the end of the season or not in finals. They can figure it out. They've still got 4 to 5 weeks to get the team back on track. So I think they're still top 4. They'll still be up there, up and about in the finals, and I think they'll go quite a long way. So well done, Port Adelaide. And yeah, Carlton will kick back. They just need one good confidence win to confidence and momentum is massive for every single team this season. And once they get their mojo back, then you'll see them back on track again. So no doubt about that.
All right. Yeah, definitely confidence is a huge thing, and yeah, if you're down on confidence, you've lost a few players. And I think every team's gone through that this year. So it's better that Carlton's going through it now. They're still in that top 4 position. So if they can iron it out now before the finals happen, then they could go far. So, but Johnny Carlton, how you feeling? I know you were a bit upset on the weekend, but time heals, and you just got to look for the next game. But we'll go back to this game. So after you saw the round finish, do you still see Carlton vying for that top 4, top 2 spot?
Look, the way we're playing, I wouldn't think we're a top 2 spot at the moment. I'm just happy if we make top 4, to be honest. That's our next step. As I said, look, first I'm going to give Port Adelaide some credit. They were down by over 5 goals going into halftime, and they didn't step away. They came back and they showed some fight, and they got right back into the game. To be honest, I wouldn't say Port Adelaide kept us to 1 goal. I just thought our ball movement was absolutely pathetic and disgusting. We had a lot of chances. We had, I think it was 1 goal 5 or something. Easy goals. Selfish players. Just kept going down the line with our big H down there. Look, I said to you boys before the chat, when Harry was out, I messaged the group chat and said, boys, it's all over. Port Adelaide's won. And Chris was like, "Oh, don't say that, man. The game hasn't even started yet." But as I said, you clearly don't know how important Harry Mackay is to Carlton. He's probably our most important player because we use him for the ball movement down the line, and then we use him for his marking options in the forward 50. He's one of our most important players behind Cripps and Curnow. And for him not being there, and for Akers not getting back down there and helping the defence like he always does, it was a big problem. And look, Port Adelaide capitalised it. They put Radaglia down forward, and obviously once they found out Mackay was out, they did the switch, which was a smart play because obviously now McGovern couldn't be that third intercepting tall mark position. So obviously he had to now stick on Geordie Artist because that's who Kemp was going to go to, but Kemp had to go to Radaglia. But look, as I said, I thought Port's midfield was pretty low. I thought our midfield was on top, but unfortunately around the ground it was just terrible. I said a lot about it on Sunday. I think one goal after halftime is absolutely pathetic. Even North Melbourne and Richmond can do better than one goal in the second half of football. We do not deserve top 4 after that loss. But look, things went our way. We're still top 4 just. I was angry. I was frustrated. But look, at the end of the day, Port Adelaide needed this win because if they didn't, they would have been out of the 8. So it's now they're equaled 4th, and look how much a win can do. So look, as I said, I told Port Adelaide fans a couple of months ago, go believe and have confidence in yourself, and look what will happen. And look, the last 2 weeks they've come out, they've had confidence, they've had belief, and so look. As both of you know, it's I hate Collingwood the most, and it's Collingwood week now, and I get very anxiety when it's Collingwood week. So look, once Monday morning hit, I'm over the weekend. I'm over Port Adelaide. I don't care about Port Adelaide anymore. This is the week that I care about, and I want to end their season this week. And I know I was upset and disgusted. You guys didn't win for Crippers 200th. You lost against Port and you only kicked 1 goal. But you can easily make it up to me by beating Collingwood this week and ending their season. So if we don't, Johnny Carlton won't be here next Tuesday night. That's all I'm going to say.
So let me ask you this question. So the Port Adelaide game stung, right? That, the loss would have stung. Is this loss, if a loss comes against Collingwood, would it sting really worse? Would it sting worse?
It's the worst. It's the worst out of all of them. The game that has stung the worst was Collingwood at Greek Easter when Dacos kicked the goal with a minute to go. That game's still in my head. It still haunts me to this day. This win has to have a win. We need to spoil their 400th Scott Pendlebury party, and we need to make sure this is why we're a top 4 team in the expense of Collingwood.
Yeah, 100%. We've got a few people in the TikTok. We're mute. I'm mute. What the heck? We're mute. Can you hear us now? Can you hear me now? Sorry, guys. I'm just all over the place. Sorry, TikTok. Dacos is your dad. No, he's not. Dacos has more flags than you have seen Carlton wins. Far out, man. They're going crazy in the TikTok.
They love you over there on TikTok.
Come on.
Chris C. Gemmell goes, did Port have more answers or did Carlton have more questions in this game? Oh, I think Carlton had more questions, I guess, because we're not used to them playing in that manner. But I don't know, man. It was a crazy game, and it was a crazy game, and we see what happens on Saturday night against Sydney. But yeah, Carlton, I don't know. It's hard to put a finger on it. They were really good for like how many weeks? They were really good for maybe last 2 months. For the last 2 months, they've been really good, and then the last month, 3 to 4 weeks, they've been just average. Even against North Melbourne, they were North Melbourne were good against them. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting how they respond this week. If they have to win, I think they have to win against Collingwood. Have to win. Is that right, Johnny? Have to win.
Have to. Must. 100% has to.
Relax, Johnny. I was at Collingwood versus Richmond last week, and honestly, Collingwood are done. Blues by 34 points. There you go.
Hope so, mate. Hope so.
All right, guys. Who will come in for Mackay? Is Mackay coming? Mackay will be back this week.
Yeah. Mackay and Akers both in this week.
Yeah, big ins. Who goes out? So Young will go out, obviously.
David Cunningham broke his shoulder in the first 3 minutes of the
Oh,
game.
yeah, he did too. Yeah, I saw that. Far out. There's a loss of one.
He's too injury prone. That's the last time you'll see David Cunningham in a Carlton jersey. I'm telling you right now.
Okay.
I think Jack Carroll is going to get dropped, and I think Ollie Hollands is going to get dropped about fucking time.
Ollie Hollands. Oh, you did say that he needs to be dropped. So like just for one game and then come back, just refresh. So
yeah, he needs to break the pork.
Yeah. Now, guys, anyone that is waiting for us to give us our tips for next week, we're reviewing round 20, and then after that, we'll be doing our tips. So stick around. All right. Well, enough said about that game. Let's go to the next game. North Melbourne versus the Cats was in Tasmania. North Melbourne 10-6, 66 to Geelong 16-10, 106. Geelong get the chocolates in this one. I did do a watch along on this. It was a very boring game. North Melbourne were competitive. However, they just weren't good enough. There's, what it is with North Melbourne. They got some good ball movement, and then that last kick, they just butcher it. Always butcher it. So they're definitely improving as a team. I do like the look of Curtis. I like Wardlaw. Thought he was good. There was a few other good players for him, but yeah, as I said, just that finish. They just can't finish. I thought Dersma played all right. He scored a couple of goals, but it's just it is what it is. North Melbourne. I think they got Richmond coming up soon, so that's going to be an interesting game because they're going. Whoever loses that one probably gets the wooden spoon, but. Geelong just had to do what they had to do. They looked pretty strong in this game, even though North Melbourne did come out strong in that first quarter. But yeah, Geelong did what they had to do, and it wasn't a pretty game. It wasn't the best game to watch. But King of the North, did you catch this one?
I did catch this one. Yeah, North played okay in the first half, but the Cats were just too good in the second half. So it was pretty good victory for the Cats. Shoesel was good for North, one goal, 36 disposals. Simpkins with 1 goal and 24 disposals. And I thought Dempsey and Stengel were really good for the Cats. So both got 3 goals, and Dempsey got 18 disposals, and Stengel got 11. So in that second half they went a bit wild, and got the win. So they're down the bottom for a reason.
Yeah, 100%. Gamble goes, I think Cats flattered the scoreboard. They weren't magnificent considering the... I can't read that, the bloody thing there, but yeah. I know what you're saying, man.
Considering the state of the ruse.
State, there you go. Thank you, Jamar, for bringing that. Because the bloody, the heart's in the way and I can't read it.
It is in the way. Yeah.
It is in the way. 100% Gamble, 100%. So, Johnny Carlton, did you watch this one? Did you get around to watching this one or what?
Yeah, look, you boys pretty covered it, to be honest. North Melbourne looked good in the first half. I thought they were really solid. I was hoping for them to get a win for Carlton's sake, but obviously didn't happen. And then, after halftime, it was just a one-sided ball game. Geelong just showed their muscles, and they took advantage, and they took the 4 points from Tassie, and they outclassed North Melbourne, and North Melbourne didn't have no answers for it. So, as I said, wins are important this time of year. So, Geelong went there to get the 4 points, and they came back and they got the job done. So,
there you go. David on TikTok's asking, John, are you on Facebook? I don't know, David.
The people. The people.
Henry goes, what do you guys think of Freo's flag chances? We'll talk about Freo when we get to him, man. But, we will answer that when we get to the Freo game, okay? So, hold off, Henry. Hold off. All right. Next game, guys. It is the Suns. Hey?
Hold that line.
Oh, yeah. Hold that line. Yep. Gold Coast versus the Lions. 9-11-65. Brisbane defeated them 13-15-93. Guys, it's over. The streak is over. You know, last year after the Port Carlton game, the streak was over. And guess what? After the Port Carlton game, another streak's over. It's like whenever Port and Carlton play, there's a streak that ends. And the Gold Coast streak has ended, guys, at home. The Brizzy Lions, too good. I thought Gold Coast might have a chance. They were pretty close at one stage. But, they just couldn't get the job done. And it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Brisbane are looking like a force. They're looking like, if you were going to tell me who's going to win the premiership right now, like, I'm saying Brisbane. I'm looking at Brisbane going far. They're going to be hard to beat. They look unstoppable at the moment. So, it's funny what, at the start of the season, everyone was writing them off. Look what they are now. Like, I reckon they could take, if Sydney lose this week, no, I don't think they'll lose their top spot, but Brisbane's coming for that top spot. So, I've got a feeling they're going to take it too. So, Brisbane, amazing. Gold Coast, not good enough. They're going to miss finals again. So I don't know where that leaves Dimmer and the coaching staff, but it's not good. It's not good for the Lions. So a lot of promise with him coming over. I'm not sure what the plan is, but if he doesn't see finals next year, I can't see him staying. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, King of the North. Did you watch this one?
I did watch this one. Yeah, it was a good win to Brisbane, and there's an open door down at Richmond that has got a Gold Coast sign on it with a few players on their way up there, I reckon. So they'll be improved next year. My man Sam Flanders kicked a goal and 33 disposals, so well done. He did well. And for Brisbane, Zorko 32 disposals, Rayner 2 goals, 25 disposals, Dunkley 1 goal, 31 disposals, Neil 1 goal, 35 disposals. So they were just dominant. So well done to Brisbane. They are marching on, and the way Sydney are going and the injuries that Sydney have got, look out! Here they come, the Lions.
They look good, man. General goes, I always hated Gold Coast anyway, and Dimmer's going there just fueled it more. There you go. Is it another Brownlow for Neil? Perhaps. He's looking good. Johnny Carlton, did you catch this one?
Oh yes, I did. This brought a smile finally for the first time on the weekend. You know how much I love the Lions. This is my second favourite team. So look, I told you boys last week on the stream that the streak is over. And it is. And so is Gold Coast in 2024. So we can officially knock them off now. So we're down to 12 teams. So we're getting there. The final stretch, top 12. Look, Brisbane was too good, too classy. Their midfield was outstanding. Neil, McCluggage, Dunkley, outstanding. Rayner was unstoppable. Eric Hipwood kept Ben King goalless. That's surprising. Eric Hipwood, out of every person, Eric Hipwood. Look, I told you boys 2 months ago that I said to you after the bye, Brisbane's not losing another game, and I'm right. Everyone said, Brisbane won't beat Sydney. Look what happens. They're not losing another game. Brisbane are doing a Carlton, and they're winning the next 12 in a row. They've already won 8. They're going to win their next 4. I'm telling you right now. So they're going to finish finals. They're going to finish top. I think they're going to finish on top. And like you said, Chris C, they're my new flag favourites, mate. I don't see Sydney winning in Melbourne. So I think it's the Lions. It could be a Brisbane-Sydney grand final. Could be a Brisbane-Carlton grand final. Could be a Brisbane-Freo grand final. So the Lions are going to be there. And I think they're going to make it all the way to September. So good luck being the Lions, especially at the Gabba as well. So
Yeah, they look good, man. They look good. Thank you for the follows on TikTok. LZRS, welcome in, man. Love the content. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for everyone on TikTok coming in. We will be doing our tips after our review, guys. So if you're asking questions about the tipping, yeah, we won't be answering them until after we finish the review. So, all right, next game. The Saints versus the Bombers. Oh, my goodness. Oh, God. Bombers fans, what can I say? 17-6, 108. St Kilda defeated the Bombers 8-7, 55. Far out. Bombers, what is going on? You were third a few weeks ago. Now you're 10th? What is going on? Like, that's how close it is. You have a loss like that, and you're down the end of the pack, man. If I was an Essendon supporter, I would be seething. Now, don't get me wrong. As a Port supporter, I've been pissed off this year. It's been an emotional rollercoaster. But you know, you guys must be in mental institutions, man. Because, like, you know, you haven't been to a finals you haven't played a final or won a final in how many years? You're thinking, oh yeah, we're gonna get it, and now you're out of the 8. That's what it's just crazy. St Kilda played probably their best game of the year, I think. They were electric. They pressured them. I couldn't believe the score. I couldn't believe it. So, I don't know, Bombers, I don't know where you go from here. I'm not sure who you got this week, but
Freo.
Oh, it's a tough game. I mean, I think Johnny Carlton, you said they could win that one, but Freo, a good side. Look, if you keep losing, you're not gonna be coming back into the 8. And it's a damn shame. Like, I actually feel for you supporters. I was thinking, this is the year for Essendon to maybe win a final, and I'm not saying they're going to go all the way, but bit of progression. Basically, what happened last year is happening again. You guys capitulated at the end of the year, and it's like the same thing's happening again. Not sure what's happening with the recruits. I think Ben Mackay has got nothing on Harry. Maybe he should go on the forward line. I don't know. But St Kilda, man. St Kilda look great. They're playing for nothing now, St Kilda. So I guess, they're just going to play, I reckon they're gonna trouble a few teams, St Kilda. So if you're going up against them, watch out, I guess. But good on St Kilda for winning. And Essendon, please explain. That's all I can say. King of the North.
Well, what a game. Did a watch along to this one, and probably the most entertaining game that I've watched this season as far as skills by St Kilda was just amazing. They played the perfect game, and they made the Bombers look really average. The only players really for the Bombers were Martin, Merritt, and Dersma as far as like the stats go. But I do have a bit of a list for St Kilda. So Steele, three goals, 21 disposals. Marshall, 1 goal, 26 disposals. Sharman, 3 goals, 21 disposals. Committee how's it go? Caminiti, 3 goals, 15 disposals. Wanganeen Millera, 1 goal, 31 disposals. Give us one more?
No, I was just going. Yeah, keep going.
That was it. So, look, the way that they came out of their back line and used the corridor to get into the 50, and the way that they outrun Essendon and were a metre or two in front of the Essendon players when they were in the 50, their pressure, it was just an outstanding performance. Well done to the Saints. Well done, Sad Sandwich, to your team. And far out. If this is what we're going to see from the Saints in the future, if they've finally come about, then they're in for a good 2025.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I mean, they haven't got any pressure on them now, so they're just playing. That's what I said. So, Johnny Carlton, are you a happy man that this happened? Like, you would have been pretty down with Carlton losing, but seeing Essendon, I mean, that's got to put a smile on your dial, man.
Yeah, look, well, before I talk about that shit team, I didn't watch this. I was watching the Brisbane game with the boys. So I went home, had some popcorn. I already knew the result. Laid in bed, put the TV on, watched the whole game after. It was like late as. I was enjoying it. Look, as I said, St Kilda, their season's over. They had nothing to play for. They're taking on the season. They're taking on the game, and they're showing some good signs for the end of the season. Hopefully they can have a good rebuild in the off-season, and then they can come out stronger in 2025. So, look, a little bit of happy. Look, Saint fans, you've been good in the last month, beating Sydney, beating Essendon, beating West Coast. I think you've only lost once out of the last month. So, look, last month's been good. Hopefully you can have another good month of football. But, yeah, it's good to see there's a couple of wins, and St Kilda fans actually go into games, which is good. And Ross the boss is becoming the Grinch. So he wants to become the Grinch, so we'll let him become the Grinch.
He is the Grinch.
Now, I said on Sunday night to the King, I said, something's back, right? And this would probably be the last time that it's back, because this was the last page of the book.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
The last page. See? The last page. I need to get a new book. All right. To Essendon from Johnny Carlton. A month ago, you guys were telling me that you're contenders. Now we're calling you pretenders. When I was at school, there was teachers telling me about shapes, about an octagon, a pentagon, but they never told me about a season gone. Guess what? Your season's gone. By the time you guys are in the final, HFD will be the most popular YouTube show in the whole world. Chris C will be married and have 7 kids. King of the North, he'll be the king he'll be the king and he'll take over the whole Melbourne. And Johnny Carlton, he'll be married and he'll have 4 kids as well. You say in your song that the bombers fly up. The only time you're flying up is when you're sniffing that shit. So, anyways, to Essendon fans, you had hope at the start of the season, but now it's all coming down. Johnny Carlton just wants to say, we'll see you in 2025 when the Bombers fall down again.
That was classic, man. That was one of your best ones, I reckon.
I reckon.
That is good.
That was good. That was good. Oh,
King of the North was laughing when I said season gone, mate. That was he was couldn't hold back. You guys were crazy. I was like, I didn't even read what I said.
That's the line of the year so far. Far out.
Everyone in the chat is going very good, having a laugh. So Avery, welcome in. Far out. All right. Let's move over because the Essendon is just like, they're sticking up the page. No, I'm just joking, Bombers fans. But pretty bad. All right. Next game. This was a close one. Melbourne versus GWS. It was 12-11-83. Melbourne were defeated by GWS 13-7-85. A 2-point margin at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Now, before we go into the game, Melbourne Demons. Do you guys have fans? Do you have fans? There was 16,000 people at this game. It made the MCG look like there was no one there. Like, I know it's cold. I know it's a tough night to go out in Melbourne. It's freezing. But man, it's your team. Go support your team. They need you guys. Where are they? I felt like back in the day when I was going to Port Adelaide games at Amy Stadium, at Footy Park, where there was tarps. Mate, you could have just rolled some tarps out if you really wanted to. You could have told us. We could have gave you some. But what is going on? Where are the fans? Did you guys see that? It looked ridiculous.
16,000. 16,000. It was just great.
I'll go from Melbourne, but I'm broke. Oh, that's fair enough, man. If you're broke. Well, yeah, it's concerning to see, like, when you see a game that is so popular and there's no one there. It's just, I don't know. That's weird. But then Melbourne are not. They're not like a shit side. Like they could make finals if they, pulled their finger out. So they're not. They're not dead in the water yet. So it's not like you're going to go seeing Richmond or they're not going to make it. This team's still fighting for a top 8 spot, and they can't get 20, at least 30,000 there. King, you said you went to a game there where they had 30,000. There's no one. It feels like there's no one there. Imagine going to a game where there's 16,000.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Jeez.
Yep.
Anyway, to the game. It was a close game. GWS, they look good, and then Melbourne kept coming. I think Melbourne hit the front at one stage. I didn't actually watch the game, but I did watch some highlights. But they did what they had to do, GWS, and they won in Melbourne, a place where they rarely win. So it was a good win for them. It catapults them into the top 8. Melbourne now sit outside of the top 8. I think they're 11th. So I think they can still make it, but yeah, they got some tough games coming. I think they got Port Adelaide, not this week, the week after. I'm not sure who they got this week, but
Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs. Oh, see, they're in top form. So they could definitely miss out. Crowd. If you're a Melbourne fan, get out there, go support your team. King of the North. Did you watch this one?
I did actually. Yeah, it was cold and wet, and not a very nice night. So yeah, just watched the game. But for Melbourne, Oliver 26 disposals, Rivers with 25. We'd like to mention new people who we haven't mentioned on the show before. So Rivers 25. For GWS, Whitfield with 35 disposals. Hogan kicked 4 goals and Green kicked 4 goals. 3 goals. So the two guns for GWS were on fire. And it was a good contest, but just a pity no one was there. North fans get out more than the Melbourne fans do, so pretty bad. But I think Melbourne needed to win this one pretty badly. So, but GWS show that they're not quite top 4, but up there and up and about in the top 8 for sure.
Yeah. Guys, in the TikTok, we will be doing our tips at the end of this review. So just give it time.
Yep.
We will let you know who's going to win
Not
if you stick
long,
around.
Not long.
Johnny Carlton, any words on this one?
Yeah, look, I heard a rumour that all the Melbourne supporters were at Christian Petrarca's house when he was doing the cooking show. So I guess that's where they are. So look, didn't look like the MCG to me. It looked like Giants Stadium to me on Saturday night. And it felt like Giants Stadium too. The GWS fans were louder than Melbourne. And I was like, what the hell's going on here?
Did you see those 2 guys in their onesies, in the orange onesies? Yeah, that was classic.
For 1 second, if you were really quiet during that game, you can hear the King of the North from his house. That's how quiet it was.
Exactly.
It was quiet as. Anyways, look, talking about the game. Maxi Gorn was back for the Ds. Obviously, he was a huge in, and I tipped Melbourne as well. I needed them to win for Carlton, but obviously no one wanted to win for Carlton this week. I don't know why. But the Giants, they survived the late storm by the Ds, and the tsunami is still intact. And they equaled 4th now as well. They obviously wins are important, but they held on. And I'll speak about a moment later in the show, but there was a specific moment in the game which will be classed as ridiculous and the other word, but we'll get to it later in the show. So,
I've got a question for you, Johnny. Team Matty goes, honest opinion, Johnny, is the Pies and Blues going to be a close game or a blowout?
No, look, I think it's going to be a close game. Obviously, Collingwood are going to be there. They're going to show up. They're going to do it for their captain, Scott Pendlebury. Not captain, their leader, sorry, I meant. But, look, it's going to be a very close game. Carlton, Collingwood, doesn't matter where you guys are on the ladder. Doesn't matter who's in form, who's not in form. It's a rivalry, and both teams always show up. So it's going to be a very close game. But, hopefully Carlton run away with the win. So
I know Team Matty's he's a big Collingwood supporter, and he always gives. I love when I see his TikToks. He always gives Muzza shit, which is funny as. So welcome in, Team Matty. All right, next game, guys. Next game, Dockers versus the Eagles. 17-8, 110. The Dockers defeat West Coast 11-9, 75. Yeah, the Dockers. The West Coast Eagles. They were competitive in this game, but especially in that second half, Freo just put the foot down and showed us why they are a top contender this year. Yeah, they're going to be tough to beat over in the West, and I definitely think they're a dark horse. No one's talking about Freo, so
He said my word. He said my word.
Did I?
You said my word, Dan. That's what I was about to say. Dark horse. Oh, you stole my word, mate.
You can say something else now.
Oh, I'll try to think of it now. Thanks, mate.
I think we said it last week anyway. So they're definitely that, and like if you go play Freo over in the West, it's going to be a tough time. They're good, and who knows, they might be able to go all the way. They've never seen a premiership, so. But they did what they had to do against West Coast. West Coast did play okay. They weren't embarrassed at all, really. It was a bit of a margin at the end, but they weren't too bad. So for a bottom team, but yeah, Freo get the chocolates. They look their ball movement can be really electric sometimes. From the back line, I like the way they move the ball. It's really they move it really well. And if Tracy gets on the end of it, he normally does score. So no, it was a good show from them, and go the Dockers. King of the North, did you end up watching this one?
I did. Yep. It was a tale of two halves, and West Coast were good in the first half, and Freo were good in the second half. So I got a bit of a list here. Reid 29 disposals, Yo 26, Cole 26 disposals. Kelly, 1 goal, 32 disposals. West Coast have a bit of a problem with Reid because Yo had to drag him off many players all the way through. It was like his dad dragging him away from out of situations. So he's got a bit of an issue that they have to sort out there. I don't know whether it's, young cocky bloody Harley Reid is deciding to, go too far or whatever, but it definitely showed on the weekend. All in brawl as well, so that was good to see. So good old scrap like there was before. But for Freo, O'Meara 2 goals, 20 disposals. Frederick 3 goals. Tracy 3 goals. Emmett 3 goals. Brayshaw 1 goal, 36 disposals. Brayshaw was awesome in that game. So just an all-round team performance by Freo in the second half. They are the goods.
There you go, guys.
Top 4, I reckon.
Top 4, far out. Johnny Carlton. Sorry I stole your dark horse, but you can say it still.
I'm not saying that word.
Look, I didn't get to watch this game because I was watching the Melbourne GWS game with the boys, so I didn't get to watch this game. This was probably the only game I didn't get to watch all weekend. But just got a phone call. As I said, look, I thought West Coast was really impressive. That's what I was hearing in the first half, which was obviously what the King said. So obviously that. There, but yeah, look, I've got a new name for the Freo, and they're the underdogs. So, not the dark horse, I made up a new word, the underdogs. Look, no one thought Freo was going to be in the top 8 this year. No one even thought Freo was going to be in the top 4 this year. But they've shocked the world. They can play really good in Optus. This week is a matter of test. Can they come to Melbourne? Can they put away a team that's not performing at the moment? Can they show why they can make it all the way? Look, Freo have been good in Melbourne the last couple of years, but they need to show why they can play finals. That's why they can play September. So, look, they're on a roll, Freo. They're third now. So, no one ever thought Freo was going to be top 4, but Freo fans should be very happy. So yeah, the underdogs, they're coming. And 18 fines from that game. 18 fines.
18.
Oh,
Was there
right.
18?
18
Yeah.
18
fines.
MRO.
Jeez. All right. Gemmell goes, is Brayshaw good? Didn't see him during the Hawks game. Is he giving Rio shit there?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, look, no, they're a good side Rio, and they could cause some headaches for some top teams going into the finals. But all right, we're getting to Fremantle should win it all. Fremantle should win it all, and they're young. 5 grannies back to back. Nah, man, this guy's on drugs.
Delusional Western Australian over there.
Oh my God! Someone said Crom 2024, please. All right,
Take it easy.
take it easy, guys. Just take it easy. All right, next game. The Pies are back in town. 14-9-93 defeated Richmond 9-13-67. Back in the winners list, and they did what they had to do against Collingwood. I think Dacos smashed it. I think he had a good game, but I didn't watch the game, but I did hear that it was a bit of a boring game. Nothing too exciting, but if you're a Collingwood fan, you know what gets to me, right? I've been looking at a lot of social media, and it's like, oh, Collingwood are back. They're premiership favourites. Relax, man. You just beat Richmond. They're a bottom side. Relax. You still got a long way to go to tell. If you beat Carlton this week, then we might be able to say, oh, they might be back. They might be a threat. But until then, you can't really say much, man. But that's what they're saying. This week after that Richmond loss. So Richmond win. Sorry. So it's crazy the media what they come out with. But they can still make it. The Pies, they can still do it. But I don't think they're going to win. I don't think they're a grand final appearance this year. But they're who knows? They've been injury ravished. So it is what it is. They probably they might come out next year and go for it again. But I think this year's done. But and Richmond, they're just just they're in the bottom, enjoying the bottom. So still doing their rebuild of what they're doing. So. King of the North, you did do a watch long on this one, and you didn't enjoy watching it because apparently it was boring. But anything good to come out of this game?
There was some good to come out of it. The Tigers are very young, so they're just throwing all their young kids out there. They're doing what they can, and they have a few wins, they have a few losses. So. Short got 25 disposals, Rioli 25 disposals, Broad 27 disposals for the Tigers. And the highlight for the Tigers, I thought, was Tom Brown, who hadn't kicked a goal in AFL ever, and he kicked 3 goals, 8. So well done to Tom on your first AFL goal. It was a big moment, but you've ended up kicking 3. So well done to him. For the Maggies, Nick Dacos, 42 disposals, Josh Dacos, 32 disposals, Bytel, 25 disposals, McStay, 3 goals, Hoskin Elliott, 2, Hill, 2, Schultz, 2. Schultz wasn't playing that good in the first half or the first quarter and a bit, but he come good in the second half and put a couple through. So they were better than the Tigers. But the turnovers and the mistakes that they still made gave me no confidence that they're beating anybody of substance anytime soon.
King goes whack against Collingwood. Johnny Carlton, are you worried? Have they found form? Are you worried a little bit or?
Look, this is what I wanted this to happen. I did want Collingwood to win. Imagine coming up against Collingwood after losing to Richmond last on the ladder. They would not be happy. So they would be very firing this week. But look, I wanted what they had. They beat the Tigers. I didn't see anything that I should worry about. But Collingwood, Carlton, they always show up. So can't really base it on that. But look, as I said. glad Nick Dacos touched the ball this week because Chincotta's waiting for him on Saturday night. So that's he's not going to be touching the ball anytime soon. But anyways, as I said, the Pies win. But guess what? They're still out of the 8. So where they belong. So yeah, and Tigers. I've already said enough about you this year. You're shit. Move on next year.
Gemmill goes. Tell me it's too early, but is Adam Uze can't coach? Do you agree with that? I think he's still new.
Yeah,
he's still new.
Can't coach. No, he can't coach. He's over.
You
Next
reckon?
year he's over.
Already.
He's got a team full of kids. You got to give him a break.
Something.
You might
be okay.
got to give him something like this.
I reckon. Have
a look in the sheds at half time, and it's like school kids walking around in the sheds. You know, they're so young, Richmond.
But look, you're in the game, right? You're a coach, right? It's taking you to round 20. You obviously know Nick Dacos gets the ball. Why don't you put a tag on him from the start?
I know, but the kids are young, and it's hard. Like you're going up against one of the best players in the game, so you know
you put a tag on him, you shut him down. That's it.
You do, yeah, I know. Yep.
So I'm guessing Chincotta is going to Nick Dacos.
He sure is. He sure is.
Nick Dacos will fix up Chinny. Nicholas reckons.
Please.
No. Carlton to miss finals. Jeez, I haven't heard that one.
Please.
Right.
Here they all come, the Collingwood bandwagons.
They're coming.
All right. Next game, guys. It was the Swans. That's the Doggies. Far out. 7-6-48. The Swans were defeated by the Western Bulldogs 12-15-87. Far out, man. I was looking at the scores on this one, and I was actually driving to work, I think, and the King was doing a watch along, and was. I don't think you weren't doing this watch along, were you? But there was another game you were doing, which was playing the same time. And
that's right. Yeah. I had both scoreboards up, and I was in shock as I was watching what was happening.
Far out at the SCG. Now I think Johnny Carlton did tip the Bulldogs. Did you tip him? No, you were going to.
He did.
You did.
I did.
No, I did. I did.
Yeah, you did. So you got that one right. I couldn't believe it. SCG. You know what's going on with the Swans? What is happening, Swans? Like you were, you've peaked too early. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Your stars are not in form. It's just crazy to see. So good for so long. I mean, you're still in a great position to win it, but yeah, I don't know what's going on. Bulldogs. I mean, I watched the Bulldogs we pumped the Bulldogs, Port Adelaide, 4 weeks ago at home here in Adelaide, by like 40-something points, and then after that, they've transformed. It's like we've transformed them. It's like when the phoenix rises. It's like the dog has risen. And it's like they've come out of nowhere.
You've actually given them the power.
We must have. I don't know what's going on. So, the Swans, I don't know. The Dogs are looking great. I'm waiting for that. How we've said before, they're a team of a seesaw team. One week they're good, one week they're not good. Waiting for that dip now, but it hasn't come. The dip hasn't come. So, yeah, it's interesting times. If you're a Bulldog supporter, they're in the 8 now. I think they're the 8th, and they're looking good, man. They're looking good. Sydney, I don't know. I'm not sure if they're going to keep that top spot. I did say it before. I'm not sure, but they're just out of form at the moment. It's a bit out of form. So see what happens. King of the North. What do you make of it, man? Like, do you think Sydney are going to keep that top spot?
No, I don't think so. No, I think Brisbane are coming for them, and just getting those injuries last week and this week. They got more injuries this week as well. So some big outs for Sydney. So I don't know whether they are holding that top spot. And if they have to play away from home, I don't think they're winning away from home either. So we'll have to see. But for Sydney, Roberts, 1 goal, 36 disposals. Goulden, 1 goal, 27 disposals. So they did really well for the Sydney Swans. Treloar's probably had his best game as well, with 40 disposals, and his involvements were just outstanding for Treloar. Just for GT, Dougal Hagen, 4 goals. So he did well, and all of the big guns for the Bulldogs just stood up. So it was just an all-round team performance by the Dogs, and they what was it, 36-1, I think, in the first quarter. So yeah, it was pretty much done in the first quarter.
Yeah, sure was. I was gobsmacked with that score. Johnny Carlton, you got this one right, man. How do you feel?
Ladies and gentlemen, the bold call was correct.
Shot it out of the park.
Yeah, look, I tipped the Doggies. I don't know, I had a weird feeling. I thought without Papley and Rampy, 2 important pillars of that Sydney team. I thought the Bulldogs were going to come out, and they're playing for their season, to be honest. They've been in Carlton, Geelong, and Sydney. So their last 3 weeks have been terrific. Ugo Hagen's on fire. They shut down Warner. Heaney couldn't get a run anymore. They just don't look like the Sydney they were in the start of the season. In the last 5 or 6 weeks, they've only won 1 game. It's very disappointing. In the Sydney behalf, you've lost to Freo, you've lost to St Kilda, you've lost to Brisbane, you've lost to Bulldogs. Doggies there, they're playing for their season, and now, they played up against 3 good teams. After the Port game, everyone read off the Dogs. Everyone thought Bulldogs were over and done. But, they became Chihuahuas into German Shepherds now. So the big dog is up, and it's full barking. So, look, they're in the 8, and, I think they win. I think they beat Melbourne this week. If they do beat Melbourne this week, then I think they're guaranteed to play finals. So,
yeah, 100%. Alana goes Baggers. There's a few people in the chat there. We have 4 players who can potentially come back for Swan Central. Who are the 4 players that can come back for Sydney? Who's out for Sydney?
I know Rampy and Papley. Papley's a while. I don't know about Rampy. Maybe Rampy's back this week. I'm not sure, but
yeah. All right, interesting times for the Swannies, but the Dogs are coming. All right, guys, the next game. I'm just gonna say it, but the Crows got Huck Tour. That's what they got. I'm gonna play it again. Huck Tour. There you go. Huck 2, Hawk 2, Hawk 2. I'll say Hawk 2. That's what the Crows got on Sunday, and the Kings loving it. The Kings absolutely loving it. Johnny Carlton looks disgusted, but doesn't matter. 8-10-58, Crows were defeated by the Hawks, 19-10, 104. Crows, they started off with a bang. I thought both teams started off really well, and it was a tight contest. Second quarter was a tight contest, but you could see Hawthorn slowly getting away. And then the second half, it's like, what happened to the Crows? They were like witches' hats. They were witches' hats for the Hawks. Far out. This Hawks team, unbelievable. They're ninth. They're knocking down that door. They're going to be interesting. Like any team that plays them before the finals, you're in for a fight. So I'm happy my team doesn't have to play them. Even though we got some tough teams coming up, but the Hawks are the real deal. I think they can make the 8. They do have some tough games, so they could miss, but they're going to make it hard. It's not going to be easy to beat. So good on them. And the Crows, I was talking to KP today, and he was just saying how Nix is just rubbish. He reckons that he's just. They shouldn't have signed him so early, and he just doesn't. Yeah, it's just what it is, man. I don't know with the Crows where they go next year. That it gets tougher again. Should have they, gotten rid of Tex Walker? I don't know, and bring in youngsters. Look, they haven't got Rankin in there as well, so he's a big loss. But yeah, just something really off at the Crows at the moment. So it's definitely concerning if you're a Crom supporter. But I'm happy I'm Port supporter. They're losing, but we actually needed them. It would have been better if they won because it keeps Hawks away from the 8. So we'll, but Hawks too good. King of the North, your third favourite team, the Hawks. How'd you see it go down, man?
Well, this was a magnificent performance by the mighty Fighting Hawks. For the Crows, Laird 29 disposals, Scholl 29 disposals, Saligo 30 disposals, Tex 3 goals. So they were good, those guys. But yeah, as you said, the second half, I don't know what happened when they went into half time and come back out again. But the Hawks put on one hell of a performance in the second half, and their pressure again as usual. And the way they hunt as a pack and run from one end of the field to the other, these young small forwards are just unbelievable. So 11 goal kickers for the Hawks. So 11 of the players kick goals. So it's just unbelievable. McDonald 2 goals, 28 disposals. Meek got 35 hit-outs in the middle. Sicily, for his 150th, got 2 goals and 18 disposals. I really enjoy watching the Hawks and doing the watch-alongs for the Hawks. We get a massive crowd in. We cracked it for another 1,000 views on the weekend as well. So yeah, thank you to everybody for that. But yeah, they're coming, and they don't care. They just go out and they're playing a brand of footy which is dangerous, and to put that many points on the Crows was a good sign. So yeah, well done.
Yep, 100%. King Johnny Carlton, what do you reckon, man? The Hawks, they look dangerous, eh?
Look, I don't know what's happening in Adelaide, but in Adelaide this week, everyone's cooked. Adelaide fans still thought they had a chance to play finals. Like they're cooked. Like you had no chance. There's no chance at all. Yeah, look, as I said, Adelaide season was done ages ago. I don't know who still has belief. 0.1%. You think you could still make finals? Well, that's obviously 0.0 now. But yeah, look, they're a happy team at Hawthorn. They've got a wizard. They've got the whole McDonald's. They've got a guy that does Cristiano Ronaldo. Like the whole team's a freaking. They've got Jesus in Ginnivan. Like the whole team's just going crazy. Like they're unstoppable. They've got a 38-year-old Luke Bruce playing like he's 19 again. Like it's unbelievable.
Kicking 2 and 3 goals every game.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, look, as I said, they're a happy team at Hawthorn, and yeah, look, you know what's very sad? They've been really good for the last 9 weeks, and they're still not in the 8. They're still not in the 8, and they've been playing amazing footy in the last 9 weeks. It's just unbelievable. Things are not going their way. They need teams to lose, and they're not losing. But look, Hawks, they've got a hard 2 weeks coming up now, so this is the real test. So can they beat the Giants, and can they beat the Blues? So big test. But yeah, no, look, Hawthorn, they're flying. Happy team at Hawthorn, and the Crows, they forget about. Crows will see you later. So
yep, no, it's funny. But yeah, the Crows, yeah, they're definitely finished. But yeah, Hawks look good. I'm going to play it again. The Crows got Hokua. There you go. I love it. The King loves it too. The King loves it. The other 6 clubs in the running would need to fold for Adelaide to have a chance. Yeah, that's true, Genwell. Very true. All right. Let's do the ladder. Here's the ladder, guys. It's Sydney up the top, 56 points. Brisbane Lions are second, coming for that top spot. Freo are third. The Blues are fourth. GWS are fifth. Geelong are sixth. Seventh is Port Adelaide, and eighth is Western Bulldogs. Is that the 8 we're gonna, gentlemen? Is that the 8 you think's gonna be the 8, or do you reckon there's gonna be still changes coming in?
No, changes.
Changes. Who's coming in?
Same.
Hawks,
The
Essendon,
Hawks are
Melbourne.
coming.
Who's dropping out then?
Essendon are gone, I reckon, and the Hawks are coming in, and maybe Melbourne sneak in.
Go on, guys.
But
Yeah, sorry, go.
maybe Geelong go out. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I think Hawks are getting in.
Yeah. How about you, Johnny?
I personally think Hawthorn will go in and Port Adelaide will miss.
Oh, of course you'd say that.
That's just my opinion. Out of all those teams, I just think Port Adelaide are look. They beat Carlton, but as I said, I think the Hawks will make way for Port Adelaide. So
even if Port beat Sydney this week?
if Port beat Sydney this week, then no, the Port are staying in the 8. But I don't see Port beating Sydney. That's just, I think Sydney will bounce back this week. So
We'll see. All right.
we'll see.
We'll see. All right. Now, banana of the week. Let's get it. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Here we go. Banana. Johnny Carlton's
We've
banana.
got all 3 this week.
What do you mean? Tim Hunter, how are you, man?
We've got the Rant. We've got the banana, the bold, and the Rant. Anyways, the banana. All right. Johnny Carlton's round 20 banana of the week goes to GWS Jesse Hogan.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you guys saw it, but
I
young
saw it.
Harvey Thomas
We did.
was running into goal, and Jesse Hogan, the banana, just stand there like, move out of the way, man. He just stand there like a banana. He's like, oh, okay. He goes, I need to move. Oops. He moves at the wrong second. So, Jesse Hogan, you are round 20 banana of the week.
Well done, Jesse Hogan.
I saw that, man. I was like, oh, yeah, it was terrible. All right. So you just let us know when the rant's now.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I got that. Oh, yes, I do. Johnny Carlton's rant.
Look, Johnny Carlton's round 20 rant. There hasn't been a rant in ages, but Johnny was angry on Friday night. As I said a couple minutes ago, I don't know what the hell's they're cooking in Adelaide, but I need to go to Adelaide and see what they're cooking because something in their heads are going mental. Look, apart from my good mate over there on the left up there, he's the only Port supporter I like. All right, so this is not towards him. This is just towards his supporter base. After the game, they beat Carlton, right? And look, you can be happy. You can sing the song. Look, fair enough, you know. Your team won. Obviously, I don't have a problem with that, yeah? But the problem I do have is a month ago when you got smashed by Brisbane, you were booing your coach, right? You were like, oh, Ken Hinkley out. Every time you guys lose a game, Ken Hinkley's not the person. Time for a new coach. Mate, a month ago, Port fans were thinking Josh Carr was going to be their coach. And now all of a sudden, Ken Hinkley is a god. God Ken. Ken's the man. Ken's the Barbie. Ken's this. Ken's that. Ken's everywhere. Relax, man. A month ago, you were saying you want your coach out, and now you're praising him like he's God. Please, settle down, Port Adelaide fans. Relax, all right? Seriously, you're becoming like Essendon fans, chucking your scarves on the ground. But anyways, besides that, it was, mate, I was furious. I spoke to a guy. I go, I bet you a month ago you were booing Ken and you wanted him out of the club. He goes, yeah, mate, I was, but now he's a god. I'm like, how is he a god a month later? You only beat Richmond and Carlton. Anyways, Port supporters, you guys are in delusional land right now. We get it. You beat Carlton and you're happy, but relax. Ken's not a god, yeah? Relax.
Well, if he somehow pulls it out of his ass and wins a premiership, it would be a god. That's for sure. Anyway, listen, man. You know what? You Carlton supporters, you forget, man. You forget what you guys did last year when you guys were losing. Carlton were abusing Voss. Remember that?
I get that, but I wasn't one of them.
I know.
I wasn't one of them.
I'm not saying you were. But then again, half of the supporter base it's half and half, man. Like, some of them don't boo Hinkley. Like, I'll tell you right now, right? When I was there against Brisbane, there was a contingent of supporters still supporting, man. And and there was other people booing. It's just half and half. So maybe the ones that you saw that night were the ones that were different. You know what I mean? So that's a lot. That's my defense for my club. I've got to defend them, you know? I've got to defend them. Anyway, good rant. I liked it. Okay. Yeah, we going for anything else now, Johnny, or straight onto the fixtures, man?
Right to the tips, mate. Let's go.
All right. Fixtures time, ladies and gentlemen. So this Friday night, there's 2 games Friday night. It's the Bulldogs versus Melbourne at Marvel Stadium. It's a 6:45.
Is it 2 game?
Yeah,
there's 2 games on Friday night. It's ridiculous.
What?
2 games.
And put your tips in the chat and give us the score. What do you think as well?
Yeah,
let us know.
Slater, we'll get to that question after we do our tips. Western Bulldogs, Melbourne, guys. Who are we going? I'm going Western Bulldogs. They're in good form. And Melbourne, I mean, Melbourne could win, but I just think Bulldogs, for me, they're just in too good a form, I think. King of the North?
Bulldogs at Marvel.
Johnny Carlton?
Melbourne for me.
Melbourne.
Wow.
I told you the Bulldogs are up and down. I think this is the down doggies this week.
Okay. Next one is the Eagles versus the Suns at Optus Stadium. It's a Friday night as well. Surely the Gold Coast Suns should beat West Coast, but then again, they don't win away from home, do they? Oh, jeez. Surely, no. Gold Coast have to win. They have to. Gold Coast Suns. If they don't win, I reckon Dimmer will burn the place down, man. But Gold Coast for me. King of the North?
West Coast for me.
Oh, jeez. And Johnny Carlton?
The streak is over. Gold Coast are ruining their lost streak. They're winning this one. The streak is over. They're gonna do 2 streaks in a row.
Oh, jeez. All right. There we go. 2 streaks in a row. All right. Saturday, North Melbourne versus Richmond. Now, this is at Marvel, 1:15. That's Adelaide time. This is the game that whoever loses this, do they get the wooden spoon? Maybe, I'm guessing.
Correct.
No, I reckon North Melbourne. I think they're itching for a win. They've played some good footy the last few weeks, and Richmond. I mean, Richmond have been competitive too, but I think North Melbourne are going to edge them out. It'll be a good game, I reckon. So North Melbourne for me. King of the North.
North for me.
Johnny
They're going to
Carlton?
blow their first round pick again, so they'll get the win.
Johnny Carlton.
Yeah, look, I've got a present for the Richmond fans. Next week, if they lose, I've got a nice big wooden spoon for them next week. So, I'm going North Melbourne too. So,
there we go. All right. Next game is Geelong versus the Crows at GMHBA Stadium. It's a Saturday Arvo game. After watching the Crows last week, you can't go past Geelong at home. So Geelong for me. King of the North.
Geelong at home.
Johnny.
Geelong at home.
Yeah. All right. Big game. I will be at this game. Port Adelaide versus Sydney at Adelaide Oval. It's a 7 o'clock start. Big game. Huge game. I mean, Port Adelaide wins this one. It topples the whole bloody ladder, doesn't it? Because then, they go up. Sydney are vulnerable then for that spot. And but I'm going to go with my boys. I think Sydney are in bad form, and I think we're coming into good form. So I like Rioli. I like if a Sava, we go Sava. If he comes back in the forward line, and if Yodiadi gets a hold of a few, I think we can stop him. If our midfield stands up, I think we can stop him. Our back line's going to be the issue. Hopefully they can stop, because last time Sydney went there. I think it was Amadi kicked like 9 goals, so gonna make sure that doesn't happen. But
He
Port
did.
Adelaide.
Then he got dragged off the field and couldn't kick 10.
Yeah, that's
thanks
right.
to the coach.
That's right. So, Port Adelaide for me. I'm going to go with my team. So, King of the North.
Port for me.
All right, Johnny Carlton. You told us before you're going for. So, Sydney.
I'm going for the Swans. Yeah.
Do you reckon it's going to be a close one, guys, or blowout?
I do. No, I think it will be a close one. I think Sydney by like 10 points.
Yeah. All right. Next one is the big one at the MCG. So you're going to be at the game. Well, I'll be at the game. Johnny Carlton, huh?
Sure will.
Collingwood Carlton MCG same time, 7:00 or 7:30. Collingwood by 1 point. Collingwood by 1 point. King of the North.
Carlton by 30.
Johnny Carlton. We know you're going for Carlton, of course.
Look, I just want to say, last time these two teams played, I was at Greek Easter and I was watching my phone in my pocket the whole time. I wasn't able to attend, and then Nick Dacos ruined my heart. So this time, it's payback. It's Collingwood week. The Blues are winning. We're ending their season. See you later, Collingwood. 2024. Goodbye. Up the baggage.
If Carlton lose this one, how far down can they go? Can they go out of the 8? No.
No, I think we go to like 7th or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be devastating for you, man, if that was to happen. So, look, as a friend, I hope it doesn't for you, for your sake. Because we want to see Johnny Carlton back, don't we? Everyone wants to see him back next week. So,
Yeah, we do.
all right. Sunday games now, guys. GWS, Hawthorn. Far out. Some good games here. That is at, it says Manuka Oval, but I'm pretty sure it's NG Stadium. Oh, no. Manuka Oval is in Canberra. That's a Canberra. Jeez.
Yeah.
The Giants play well in Canberra. But this is going to be a test for the Hawks. I'll tell you what. They need to win this game if they want to have a chance to play finals. But I think GWS, for me, I think they're gonna put the Hawks in their tracks. I think they're gonna play a good game, and I think they're gonna just win. I think it'll be a close game, but I think the Giants in Canberra. If it was in Melbourne, I'd go the Hawks, or if it's in Tassie. But Canberra, Giants. King?
Hawks by 40.
By 40? They're not playing. They're not playing the Crows, man. Relax. They're not playing the Crows.
I know. Don't worry.
You got too much. All right. If they win by 40, man, I'll shake your hand. Johnny Carlton.
Giants for me.
Yeah. But you're very bullish on the Hawks, aren't you, King? You love them, eh?
I am. They're coming. They're going to be in the 8 by the end of the weekend.
No.
Oh, I don't know. All right. Essendon versus Freo at the MCG. It's a 2:50 start or 3:20 start if you're living in Melbourne. I heard what you said on Sunday, Johnny, but I'm still going to go Freo, man. I thought Essendon was terrible last week, and I just thought, and I think Freo have to start winning away. Like they've won at the MCG before, but they want to win. They want to win their. Is it the? Did I say MCG? Yeah, MCG.
Yeah,
they want to win there. They want to win there before they go to finals. So for me, it's going to be the Dockers. The Dockers for me. I can't see Essendon winning this one. King of the North.
The Dockers by 35, and it'll be the end of Essendon's season.
Oh man, that's gonna be mate. There'll be a lot of tears next week. Johnny Carlton.
I'm going the Bombers.
Can you ask us why? After that book you read, how can you go for the Bombers, man? Can you explain? Explain.
Yeah. Look, it's funny how they always say the week before you boot your coach and you're done. I feel like they're just going to come out and they're just going to go one more little sniff, and I don't know. I feel like their fans are going to show up, and I feel like they're going to be loud, and I just feel like they're just going to get the win.
Okay. Kat goes, if Carlton lose, I'm officially done. So over it. That's what she wrote.
Me too.
Yeah.
Come on.
Actually, funny seeing Carlton fans talk. They've been dominant for the past 30 years. Can Bulldogs beat Melbourne? Well, was that the next game? No, we already did that one, didn't we?
No. Yeah.
We did. That was the first one.
Yeah, the first one. All right, St Kilda versus Brisbane is the last game of the round. St Kilda. It's at Marvel Stadium. Hey. Sorry.
Yes, they can beat Melbourne.
Yes, they can. But St Kilda, can they beat Brisbane at Marvel? I don't think so. But then again, Brisbane don't play well at Marvel, do they? They've only won one game there this year.
Don't steal my spotlight, I swear.
I don't even know who to go for now. I'm gonna go Brisbane. They're good. Brisbane are looking good, man. So yeah, Brisbane for me. King of the North.
Can you go to Johnny Carlton?
Johnny Carlton, go first.
Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Carlton's bold call of the week. Look, I said to you earlier that I think Brisbane will never lose a game, but I feel like there has to be one game that they slip up. I feel like it's this week. So my bold call, I think the Saints will beat the Lions in a close one.
That's a bold call. That's a bold call. King of the North, what's your bold call, man? I'm guessing this is a bold call.
I'm with Johnny Carlton. I'm sticking with the Saints at Marvel.
Jeez. Well, there you go, guys. They
were very good last week.
GT23 goes, Lions will win. Sad Sandwich goes, Saints win in an upset by 8 points with Cooper Sharman kicking 3. Oh,
I like that. I said the Saints.
Yeah.
You're ruining Johnny Carlton's script.
is a good thing. Momentum is a good thing. So they've got both.
Toby reckons Lions by 29. Saints winning in an upset. Thoughts on Cam re-signing with North? Cam Zohar. Yeah, I think that's probably the best spot for him. I couldn't picture him anywhere else. What do you reckon, guys? Cam Zohar re-signing?
Yeah, no. They need the ball there. So, no, good stuff. So,
I'm a Tigers fan. The top 8 is set. Maybe. We love you, Johnny. Hope Carlton wins for you. Jordan Awesome. Is that one of your friends?
Thank you.
Crows.
Yeah, probably.
Crows to beat the Cats at Geelong. Nah. Who wins the Brownlow this year, fellas? Who do you reckon? There's a question. Who wins it? I reckon Cripper. Oh, wait, Neil. Neil?
Nah.
No, yeah, but I thought
I'm gonna be biased. I'm going Cripper.
Jacob,
yeah, I think so.
Jacob goes, Port win the flag as the underdogs, mate. I'll be so happy if that happens, but I don't think so. But yeah, it'll be crazy if that happened. Is Dacos still a sniff or no chance for the Brownlow?
No,
he got the 3 votes on the weekend, but he'll get 0 when Chincotta tags him this week.
That's it.
Genwalk says thoughts on Pendles going for another year.
Yeah, wow. Thought he was going to be done, but nah, 425 is his goal, so he's going next year.
Why wouldn't you?
Far out, man. That's it's a big career, man. 20th is his 20th season next year?
Yeah.
20th season, far out. The umpires love him, so he'll win it. Yeah, not really. I don't know. They do love Dacos, they do. Anyway, any more before we go? Any more questions you guys want to ask before we wrap it up? Because if there's nothing else, then we will have to love and leave yous. Because it's been a good show, guys. It's been a good show. We've had a lot of people in the TikTok. They've come and they've made it a good night. We had about 30 people in there before. So,
wow, thanks for
35.
coming in, guys.
Yeah, thought on Dixon. I think he plays a part. Charlie Dixon, you talking about? If you're talking about Charlie Dixon,
well, that's what you say, Chris. That's what you say, Chris. See, he plays a part.
Look, he might not be a guy that scores goals every week, but his presence and his groundwork, like, yeah, he got beaten by who was on him on the weekend? Wiedering killed him.
Wiedering.
Wiedering killed him in the air, but what he did on the ground level, that's what I look at. So, and what he brings, like what he does and helps the other guys out. I think if we're going to win anything this year, he has to be there. I don't care what anyone says. I know he doesn't score, like sometimes he can score, but it's what his presence. It's his presence in there. So, I think he's an integral part of Port Adelaide, and yeah, if you watch him closely and what he does when the ball hits the deck, he's pretty good. But in the air, he struggles in the air. Wiedering did have his number in the air for sure. So, but yeah, I do like him. Nat Fife is out against Essendon. Okay.
Yeah, he got suspended.
Oh, did he?
So,
Jeez, that's oh no, that should be okay still.
What do you think about Neil? Brisbane supporters asking.
I think Neil's amazing. I think he's going to finish top 3 in the Brownlow.
Yeah.
Go the Blue Boys. We can do it on Saturday. Far out. If you don't do it Saturday, it's going to be hell to pay for the Johnny Carlton. It'll be like when Stone Cold when he turned on the Rock. You know, Johnny Carlton will just lose it.
Yeah.
I heard Cam Newton's going to the Crows next year. Nah, Paulo, relax. Port's on top. Not on top yet, mate. Dacos, yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much, everyone who came in tonight and made the podcast a good podcast, as always. We got a big... I was going to do a podcast tomorrow with KP, but now I'm working, so I can't do that. So there might be a bit of gaming. KP might do some gaming tomorrow, so if you want to jump on and watch him do some gaming, that'll be good. And then Friday night, the watch-alongs begin. I'm not sure. I think we're going to do the Melbourne Western Bulldogs game, so the other game we're not going to bother. But and then Saturday, Sunday, we're going to be doing a lot of watch-alongs. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, the bell notifications on, and you know exactly when we go live. And if you're in TikTok, guys, if you're in TikTok, go check us out on YouTube. We are a lot bigger over there. We do a lot more shows over there. We do have another channel called HFD Footy as well, if you want to go check that out. Yeah, we do a lot of other things on there too, podcasting and all that. So go check it out. The link is in the bio. Also, guys, check out our merch. HFD merch. Is it down the bottom? There you go. The boys are wearing the merch. I'm wearing some too. Stay hunky.
There we go.
All representing. HFD, all representing. Go find it. HFD merch. .myspreadshop.com.au, as it says on the screen coming up now. So go check it out. Go support. Go get a Johnny Carlton shirt or a King of the North shirt. They look awesome. Thoughts on Hawks making finals? If so, how far can they go? I don't know. What do you guys reckon? Can they go far, the Hawks?
I reckon they can. I reckon they can make the finals, but I just don't see them winning the game. To be honest, I just think
not this year.
Yeah,
but yeah, definitely top 8, and knocking a few teams over.
Tim Hunter goes, at this rate, you'll need to win 14 wins to make the 8. It looks like it. 14 and above. So anyway, guys, before we go, give me a second. Before we go, guys, what are your last words? Last words. Go to power. Come on, pal.
Were they words?
Mate, they were more than words, my friend.
They were.
Wow. It's Collingwood week. I already have anxiety. It's the biggest game of the round, or the biggest game of the year for me. If we lose, Johnny Carlton will not be seen for a week. If we win, Johnny Carlton will be up and about partying in Lygon Street. So as we say, there's a party on Saturday night, and it's called Scott Pendlebury's 400th, but apparently the Blue Boys are going to crash it. So up the baggers, and we're ending your season, Collingwood.
And I'm just letting you know that once we beat Sydney, one hand's on the cup, baby. One hand's on the cup. No, I'm just joking, but you never know. King of the North, man, you're awfully quiet there. Come on, give us some final wisdom, words of wisdom. Your Majesty.
go follow us down below. All the links are in the description down below. Plenty of watch-alongs on the weekend. Go the Baggers, go the Pair, and stay hunky.
Stay hunky, guys. Take care. Spike your hair. Stay hunky. We'll see you next time.